This All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't. This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Se supone que hay que hacer lo contrario. Tienes la elección de elegir lo contrario o lo que elija el narrador. Eres tú contra el narrador. Si yo no salgo, el narrador se enfada. Si no recuerdo mal. ¿No?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Hostia. ¿Ves? Si te quedabas ahí encerrado era un final. Si te volvías a encerrar, pasaba otra cosa.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
Este era un final. Este era un final, que era el primero de todo, que cerrabas la puerta y ya.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Vale, se supone que puede hacer sonar los teléfonos, ¿no?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any
La
way.
historia va a ser de ninguna forma. Realmente este juego es contra el narrador, es decir, solo puede hacer lo que diga el narrador o no. Aquí. ¿Ves? Se supone. Joder, no va a estar bien de nada. Hostia.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Si entro por ahí. Me dice que entro por ahí, pero si entro por aquí. O si me quedo aquí parado también pasaba algo. Creo que se caía el techo o algo así. ¿Esperamos? Sí, ¿no? Si no entro, ¿qué pasa? Creo que nada, ¿no? Algo pasaba, sí. Aquí acababa el juego. No voy a entrar, payaso. ¿Qué pasa si me quedo quieto? Este juego lo que tiene que cada final es una pasada, tío. Porque hay muchísimos finales. Si no quiero quedarme, ¿qué? Creo que había que quedarse quieto. Espera un segundo. Yo creo recordar que sí. Creo recordar.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Me deje.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Y me acuerdo yo que se iba poniendo nervioso en nota, tío.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Intenta dejarte por los suelos en nota. Ahora no voy a salir de aquí, payaso. Por vacila.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Que no voy a salir. Venga, vamos a hacerle caso.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Una puerta abierta. Bueno.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Esto da cague, tío.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Algo pasaba aquí. Me acuerdo. Ay, coño, tu muerte me ha asustado.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Si no lo cojo pasaba algo.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Mira que. Partís.
Excellent.
¿Qué coño?
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
No quiero salir, coño. ¿Qué pone, tío? Esto... Danger everywhere. No voy a salir, cojones. Siempre lo que tú digas, sale los huevos. No, no voy a salir. Lo siento. O sí. ¿Qué hago? ¿Salgo? ¿Qué coño? Esa barra que hay. espera un poco, ¿no? Yo es que soy un impaciente, tío. Chúfate, hombre. Vamos. Ah, va, salimos. En verdad no. No, sí. Sí. No. ¿Para qué? Hija mía.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Qué cabrón. Me quitan 5000 si caigo, ¿sabes? Muerto, cada vez que se abre una puerta me pongo los pelos de punta. Pero no, me meto aquí otra vez. Venga, hombre. Vamos ahí hasta que nos deje tomar una decisión.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Está haciendo volver atrás la maricona. Pero es que no puedo abrir ninguna puerta. Hostia, ¿está cerrada? Cabrón.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Toma por culo.
No! Why did you do that?
Hostia.
Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Mira, Guillu. Estoy reventando el juego, ¿eh? En verdad no, tío. Que no voy ahí, que no. Mira, pase lo que pase, no voy a entrar por esa puerta. Siento. Ciérrala. Nada, aquí te espero. Te vas a poner nervioso, tío. Paso, paso. No voy a entrar, no voy a entrar. Te voy a poner como tú quieras. Que no voy a entrar. aquí te espero. Yo tengo café para de sobra. Para otro día. Vamos. No voy a entrar, no voy a entrar. Paso. Paso. Es que no voy a entrar, vamos. Te lo aseguro. Había que esperar, que no sabía el tiempo, tío. ¿Qué tiempo había que esperar? Creo que eran 5 minutos o así. Había un final que tenías que esperar 1 hora o así. Parado en el mismo sitio, ¿sabes? Es una pasada. Si lo buscáis, lo encontráis todos los finales. Que no había entrado, me da igual. A ver cómo se pone nervioso. Eres tú contra el narrador, tío, no hay más. Se supone que te cargas el juego, ¿sabes? ¿Qué hago, tío? ¿Entro o no entro? No sé cuánto tiempo había que esperar, tío. No me acuerdo si era 1 minuto o así, o que tenía que estar parado. Es que no me acuerdo, tío. ¿Qué hago, tío? ¿Entro? Me da cosita, ¿eh? De verdad. No sé qué hacer. ¿Qué hago, tío? ¿Entro? No sé. Ah, toma por culo, tío. No, toma por culo. En verdad no. ¿Puedo salir? Sí. ¿Ahora qué? Si entro, ¿puedo volver?
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? But no. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
¿Qué pasa? Ay, ¿esto qué es? ¿Dónde estoy?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Cállate,
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
¿Qué pasa ahora?
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
¿Qué?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Es que no me sale de los huevos ahora que entro. Si entro ahora, ¿qué pasa? Pero si no entro, ¿qué pasa? ¿Seguimos con lo de antes o hacemos caso ahora? Se ha rayado. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué hago? ¿Le hago caso ahora? No, no le hago caso.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
¿Ahora qué?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Que me dejes, coño.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Pero no cambia nada, ¿no? ¿Otra vez? Yo creo que si
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Si lo hago un número de veces, yo creo que pasa algo, ¿no?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Otra vez.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Ay, ¿qué?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sí, que me deje. Otra vez.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Que no. Que volvemos otra vez a lo mismo. A ver, pero si me queda aquí, ¿qué pasa? Si no entro en ninguna. Yo me acuerdo que si me quedaba aquí, tío, en uno de los finales pasaba algo también. Pero había que quedarse un montón de rato, tío.
No! Why did you do
¿Qué quiere
that?
ahora?
Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley
Tío, al
would.
final te voy a hacer
That
caso,
means
tío.
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Vale, si me queda aquí, ¿qué? ¿Pasa algo? ¿Pasa algo o no pasa algo? No sé. Mejor me quedo aquí, ¿no? Ok. Me quedo aquí, tío. Uy, coño, me ha asustado. Vámonos. Va, a tomar por culo. ¿Se ha cerrado? Se ha cerrado. Hijo puta.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
¿Qué coño?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Si no quiero que... Me han cerrado aquí también, cabrones. ¿Me puedo tirar por la ventana?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Si no quiero, ¿qué pasa? Y si no quiero, ¿qué pasa?
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Que no. Te voy a dar por culo.
Okay, fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Okay, what the fuck? Otra vez.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Hostia, ¿qué coño?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Hostia.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
LOL. ¿Qué se supone que tengo que hacer? Ah. What the fuck? Se ha quitado. Empezamos otra vez. What the fuck? No. Empezamos otra vez. Espera un segundo. Si seguimos los pasos.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might come into a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No, voy a seguir.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
What the fuck?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No. ¿Qué coño?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
¿Qué coño? What the
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Hostia. ¿Qué coño? Este digamos que es el proyecto del juego, tío. ¿Qué pasó, tío? ¿Qué coño? Hostia, tío. Pero aquí había otro final. Por una ventana, creo. ¿Esto qué es, tío? Esto es otro final. Yo eso quiero llegar a ese, tío. Hostia, el reloj. 8, 7, ¿qué coño? ¿Qué pasa? Ah, joder. Qué pasada, tío. Oh. Se acaba ya. Hola. ¿Ha sido de verdad o es cachondeo? Se ha quedado pillado, de verdad. ¡Eh! ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué? ¿Qué pasa? No entiendo. ¿Qué ha pasado? What the fuck? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué coño ha pasado? Y es que no sabe lo que es verdad y lo que no. Hola, Cristian. ¿Le damos lolcito? Venga, pues le damos lolcito. Esperarse que quite esto, tío. Es que ya no sé si se ha quedado pillado de verdad o ha sido el hueco, tío. Qué puta paranoia, tío. Venga. Fuera. Vamos a darle el oliva. Qué paranoia, tío. Ay. El LOL se me ha quedado pinchado también. No, por fin es verdad que ha sido mi... Hostia, tío. Estoy haciendo un PC a piezas, chavales. Seguramente lo pille la semana que viene por ahí. Hola, Loli. Ahora, coño. Complicado. Le vamos a dar PB, ¿no? Mejor. Sí. ¿Sí o no? Vamos a darle al PB. El PB está en el todos para uno ese, el uno para todos. Está más mejor. Le damos el oliva. Ay. Ahí va. Coño, que me ha asustado. María sé que. Thank you. Todavía que encuentre 50 años después. Bloqueamos. Que sí, que te calles. Ay. Set está roto. Me mola. Set. Papá.
No tengo rival.
Vamos a ver contra quién nos toca. Uf, como se toma en un tanque. Cualquier tanque en este modo de juego es 50 años de partida, tío. Y no tengo ganas. Tanto tiempo. Ay, ay, ay. Va a darle un loli. Vamos a ver. Buah, qué llena. Madre mía de mi alma. Nos van a violar el culo. No sabéis igual que yo. 5 guillanas, tío. Madre mía. ¿Habéis visto esta? Qué guapa, tío. Tiene el marco ese. Está chulo. Aunque 5 sets. La partida está hecha, tío. Va a estar complicadito. Va a estar complicado. Y Universe 107, el PB, tío. Vaya matado hoy. No la van a meter doblada. ¿En serio? ¿En serio me van a dejar en medio, tío? No me gusta ir en medio. esto. Ay. Y ahí se queda. Qué máquina, tío. Mira, le cuesta, le cuesta.
Se han generado súbditos.
Ahí va, otra vez. Y cada vez le cuesta más. La animación está guapa.
La gente no soporta a quienes se ganan su éxito. Atenta, Carlana. Ahora eres el plan.
¿Yo? ¿Todo eso? Toma, un torpecho. Payaso. Bien, tete. Voy a reventar. O te venga o te reviento.
Un lugar aburridísimo hasta
Ha muerto un enemigo.
Pam, pam, pam. Vamos. Te voy a dejar salir, a ver si no.
pantalones de seda para esto.
La frase de nota, tío. Son las boyas. ¿Dónde va? Estás muy contenta, ¿no?
Un aldeano.
Pues una menos. Cargaré la segunda placa, sí, ¿no? ¿No? Sí. Perfecto. Venga, venga por más. Todo eso.
Ha muerto un enemigo.
Qué mal lo he hecho. Tíralo. Ay, perfecto.
Ha muerto un aliado.
Las payasas. Pero vuelvas otra vez.
Ha muerto un enemigo.
Y ahora vuelve. Me voy a cargar otra placa. Me voy. Uy, que viene. Me voy. Ya sí. Si no me violan. 3800 pavitos. Veremos, vaya. No me hace velocidad, tío.
Ha muerto un enemigo.
Al carmesí. Y vamos 10 todos, Se van a rendir del tirón. Se van a rendir del tirón.
Un aliado. Se acabó.
Oh, no tenía la ulti. Que debe un poquito darle esperanza. Son esas cosas. Hago la hoja de rey, tío. Prefiero hacerme la hoja de rey.
Tu equipo ha destruido una torre.
No llego. No. Qué bien la he hecho, niño. No tienes ulti, pero yo sí. Vamos. Uy, que viene.
Tu equipo ha destruido una torre.
Hay que darle vidilla, pues. Pom. Están ahí, están ahí. ¡Ay, quitárselo! ¡Anda! Madre mía.
Enemigo.
Como me manches de sangre, te vuelvo
Para
a...
hacerte con el mando, hay que...
Uy.
Te han matado.
Digo nada. Están haciendo estos AD. Que con que uno se haga armadura va a sobrar. Hostia, de verdad se os va a escapar, tío. Voy. Ush. Se lo carga. ¡Ay! Verá cómo se lo haga mejor te reír. Esta no ha valido. No mola. No me ha gustado. Echamos otra, ¿no? Sí, coño, que me deje. Vamos a echar otra para mí. Me pague. A ver, un segundito. Moza. One second. A ver. Ahí están los aplausos. Yo. Bravo.